Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to unravel a really fascinating psychological mystery. Have you ever wondered why certain people just seem to act as absolute magnets for broken individuals? Right? We all know someone like this, or hey, maybe you are this person. It's a phenomenon that can feel like a bizarre magic trick, or honestly an exhausting curse. But as we're going to uncover today, it's a very real dynamic, and it's rooted entirely in psychology.
Okay, let's dive into this. Does this happen to you? Do people constantly dump their life stories on you? Just picture the scene for a second. You're waiting in line to grab a coffee, or maybe you're sitting next to someone on a short flight, and literally within 10 minutes, a total stranger is unloading their deepest traumas, their marriage issues, or their hidden fears right into your lap. You definitely didn't ask for it, you didn't explicitly prompt it, but somehow you've become the world's designated trauma dump.
Section 1. Are you a magnet? The mystery of attracting broken people. Now, if that grocery store scenario sounded way too familiar to you, it's really important to know that this isn't just bad luck. You aren't just randomly standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. What we're actually exploring here is the dark side of empathy. Usually, we talk about empathy like it's this ultimate superpower, a purely positive trait that makes you a good friend, a great listener, and just a compassionate human being. But the research points to a very distinct shadow side. We're focusing specifically on why this beautiful trait actually forces you to attract people who desperately need fixing, often at a huge expense to your own mental and emotional well-being.
Section 2. Unpacking Predictive Empathy. The core reveal.
To really grasp why this magnetic pull happens, we have to identify our primary suspect in this psychological detective story, predictive empathy. This is the psychological ability to anticipate and acutely sense the emotional states of others before they are explicitly expressed. Think of it like a highly advanced, ultra-sensitive emotional radar system. Most folks, they need someone to literally say, "I'm sad," or they need to see overt, loud crying to recognize pain. But if you have predictive empathy, your radar is picking up on the hidden pain of others before a single word is ever even spoken. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer powerful poetry in how this is described. The ability to see a tear before it even falls. Just sit with that image for a second. Wow. It means you're unconsciously scanning your environment for micro-expressions, a slight change in someone's breathing, or just a subtle, heavy shift in the room's energy. You know someone is broken before they even realize they're showing it. And subconsciously, those broken people, they completely recognize that you see them. Section 3. The Emotional Contagion Effect. Gear 1 of the attraction mechanics. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how this attraction actually works. It operates exactly like a powerful two-part gear system turning inside your brain. On one side, we have emotional contagion, which is absorbing the feeling. And pitted directly against that is broken wing syndrome, the overpowering compulsion to fix that feeling. These two forces essentially work in tandem to lock you into a dynamic with a broken person. Let's zoom in on that first gear. Emotional contagion is defined as the phenomenon of automatically absorbing and mimicking the emotions of those around you. You aren't just observing the pain of these broken people from a safe, detached distance, like, watching a sad movie from behind a pane of glass. No, you literally absorb it into your own physical nervous system. Their anxiety becomes your tight chest. Their sadness becomes your heavy shoulders. Section 4, Broken Wing Syndrome, Gear 2 of the attraction mechanics. Naturally, nobody wants to walk around carrying someone else's heavy emotional baggage, right? So once you've absorbed that heavy weight, your brain instantly kicks into the second gear, broken wing syndrome. This is defined as an intense, driving desire to heal, fix, or save others from their emotional pain. This is the pivotal moment where your empathy shifts from a passive internal observation into a full-blown active rescue mission. You see the broken wing, you feel the pain of that broken wing in your own body, and now you're absolutely compelled to splint it, bandage it, and nurse the bird back to health. Section 5. Beware the energy vampire, the climax and the dark side. Here is where the story takes a much more urgent and cautionary turn. Because while your intentions are incredibly pure, this combination of traits introduces our ultimate antagonist, the energy vampire. These are individuals who actively, though sometimes entirely subconsciously, seek out highly empathetic people to drain their emotional reserves. But here's the catch. They aren't actually looking for a permanent cure. They're looking for a limitless supply of emotional energy. They are deeply drawn to your desire to heal, but they use it to stay afloat, not to actually get better. The crucial point here is understanding exactly why you are their absolute perfect target. It's a total cause and effect loop. First, you sense the unspoken pain, which inevitably pulls them into your orbit. Second, you absorb their negative emotions, giving them this profound sense of validation. And third, your deep desire to heal guarantees you're going to stick around and do the heavy emotional lifting. You are essentially a custom-built, endless power source for them. Let's move on and see how this builds into an exhausting, inescapable loop. Step 1. You sense the tear. That's predictive empathy at work. Step 2. You start to physically feel their pain. Emotional contagion. Step 3. You jump into action to heal them. Hello, broken wing syndrome. And finally, Step 4. The vampire latches on. The gear system clicks into place, the loop closes, and your emotional drain officially begins.
It's a cycle that leaves you utterly depleted. Which brings us to our final, provocative thought for today. Your empathy is undeniably a beautiful, powerful gift. Honestly, it makes the world a kinder, more connected place. But looking at this dynamic, you really have to ask yourself, who is it really serving? If your gift is constantly depleting you just to sustain those who completely refuse to fly, well, it might be time to put up some boundaries. Understanding this psychological mechanism is the very first step to protecting your energy. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. Keep your emotional radar tuned, but above all, keep it guarded.